let's see if we can make some DEIOS-lous sandwiches in Standard Hearthstone. Now, the idea behind this deck is we are going to be using Chrono-Lord Deios that doubles the end of turn effects that we have within our list. This means by using Ryecleaver, we can easily cheat out a board of Briarspawn Drakes and Factory Assembly Bots in order to OTK our opponent, while buffing up both of these minions through things like Bird Watching and Alvira. Now, for the Mulligan guide, first two cards to watch out for are going to be Bargain Bin and Space Pirate. These are cards that you're always going to want to keep, no matter the matchup. However, if you know the matchup is going to be slower, you can keep Ryecleaver in the starting hand. Then you're going to be looking for any early game removal tools, such as Spirit Bond, or any draw power cards, such as Bird Watching or Tracking. Now, with all being said, let's look at some games. We're keeping everything here. Oh, this is a good hand. I just realized in hindsight, slamming this down doesn't make any sense. I should have just used this. Well, it didn't survive anyways. It would be hilarious if this gave me... That's such a cool card. Like, the art... But it's, like, locked behind the shop, which makes me sad. Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle this back into the deck. Mm. Okay, let's hero power. Actually, no, let's use tracking. Okay, and then we can slam down Ryecleaver next turn, get a free taunt. The nice thing actually about this deck is like most of the legendary minions in this deck we don't technically need, right? In the weapon. That just delays it by a turn. We're still fine. I was going to say, like, theoretically, you know what's the funny thing? We could even, if we slammed this into a, well, hang on. How do we want to do this? That hitting Sasquatch now would be annoying, though. I was hoping that Sasquatch would be in our hands so we can, like, later on, but that's okay. Okay, let's use this. This gets rid of here. Basically, we just got to survive until turn 10. If we survive till turn 10, we can slam down Deios and the Ryecleaver in the same turn, which will allow us to get the Briar spawns and the other stuff that's going to be in it. But surviving that late is going to be a little difficult. Or we can just get a bunch of dragons this way. And we can't. Okay, and then next turn... Because I'm pretty sure that's not going to work, right? I just need them to slam down some minions. That's what we need. I guess, like, what we should do is we should slam down... Is this still tilt and reduce? Okay. Come on, come on, come on. Don't have game. Just keep slamming down minions. That works. Perfect. Okay, I think what we do is we slam this one down. This hits into here, which drags all these glorious minions out of our hand. We have a board of dragons. And, you know, just... I think that's enough damage, right? Yeah. Alright, Deios goes away. These two can stay. Oh, I'm not making the same mistake as last game. Last game, it was like, oh, I'll just slam down Scout and it'll survive, right? Because we can just hero power. I wish I had a little bit of additional space for alien counters. That would be, like, really, really nice. I guess, theoretically, we don't really need the space pirates, but I like having them in the list. We could also, like, replace the Dread Corsairs, but I don't know. Because next turn, we slam down Exarch into hero power and scout and probably bird watching.
Lush wilds and clear skies. This could be our home.
I'm so happy the internet's actually holding up. It's so depressing to me when like I'm like, oh yeah, I would love to stream, and then I look at it, I'm like, oh wow, this it's just not working, you know, and I can't do anything about it. But yeah, I really do like this list. I wish I had there's a few cards that I wish I had Space Force, right? Krog would be kind of cool just because Krog would always enable the Briar Spawn uh like finishes. Weirdly, I haven't run into a lot of decks that slam down a lot of minions. Oh, it's Rafaam. Perfect. Shit. Actually, we'll take the damage.
Let none falter.
Part of me wants to see if we can hit. I'm going to grab the AoE because that might be useful for later. So, the only minions that we really have left in the deck for our factory bot is the Drakes and Deios, of course. Okay. Got lucky there. Yeah, so we slammed down Pirate, Pirate and the weapon. Because we can AoE the rest of the minions next turn. I guess we could save this for later too. Because they're just going to clear out a good chunk of our board, which is okay.
Go on, take a bite.
Because I think what we'll do here is... As much as I want to draw the three, I think we just get additional copies of something. I guess technically this works. It's not how I wanted to do this. Oh. I was speaking about how I wanted to include Krog, but I didn't have space. Because I think next turn what we do is we use Spirit Bond, and then we just slam down a bunch of minions and hope they don't have any type of AoE to get rid of everything, right? Like, it sucks that that's... Well, they'll probably hit into this, I'd assume. I guess we could Sylvanas next turn, too. Sylvanas would get 2 cards out of our hand. Or get rid of the entire board. But yeah, my assumption is they'll probably trade. Okay. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Is we slam this down. That gets rid of everything besides that. I'm going to hero power. Deios is probably useful here. That hits into that. We're at 9 cards. And then we basically need to... I'm trying to think of how we do this. If they slam down a bunch of minions, we just make them small. Is the thing. But they also, like... Yeah, that's... Okay. Okay, yeah, we just make these dudes small, and then we're good to go. Because this goes here. I'll do this. I can't remember if we used a minion. Let's grab bird watching and scout. Then we're looking for Sasquatch here. That isn't Sasquatch, but I'll take this. And we'll take 1 less damage. I don't know if that's actually going to matter in the long run, but we're just going to do it to be safe. I guess this does guarantee us Sasquatch next turn, so we could just slam down Sasquatch, get everything back if they turn us into sheeps. Yeah. Trade is my assumption. I think this guarantee... Yeah, we have... It'll be a pirate, it'll be Sasquatch, and it'll be the dragon. It's the 3rd card. Because this should give us everything back, right? I wish I had space, but that's okay. I just gotta hope they don't have Rafaam that polymorphs everything. Hey, how are you doing? How long ago was this message? Please tell me I saw it quicker than Okay. That AoE is fine. Okay, so I wasn't that off. It's going all right. Internet's actually holding up. We're doing pretty good. Oh, I was gonna say we're about to win through a dragon, but I guess we're not doing that this turn. We're gonna slam this dragon down, and it'll still hit for a bajillion damage. And then next turn we can slam down the other dragon and go from there. Because they're almost out of all of the damage. Yeah. That's the idea, basically, is like this is end of turn, like, effect Deios. I haven't, like, I was going to do something in... I was going to do Druid tonight, and then I started playtesting the Druid decks that I had, and I was like, I want something a little bit that feels a little bit better. But to be fair, I think I was just playing the Druid list wrong. Legitimately. Because they're not actually too far off of, like, the more meta Druid lists. that they had that. Okay, I guess we don't slam down... Oh, no, we do slam down the dragon. I was like, okay, I guess we don't slam down the dragon, but, like... I'm sorry, bud, but, like... Behold! The dragons. Like, a good example is the deck that I just uploaded today. That deck, where we're shuffling 36 bombs into our opponent's list, that's also one of the ones that I'm like, this shouldn't work so well, but, like, it's really cool that it does, you know, for Warrior. Like, I've been having a lot of fun with Deios as a card. I've been kind of wanting to do, like, a deck challenge video where we do, like, we find, like, some win condition with Deios in, like, each individual class and just upload it, like, but I also I don't know. It's one of those things that I don't know if I wanna do it, because that technically gets the reason why I stopped doing the challenge videos like that is, A, they take a lot of time to do, but B, it's usually because it takes 11 ideas of decks and puts them all in one video, and that just feels bad. Like, why not make 11 videos, you know? When instead of making one long video. Okay. Grab a Lyra. But yeah, I've been having fun with this one. I've I've been playtesting a lot of decks like off stream just because I haven't had much else to do, and it sadly I also didn't because of it, I didn't realize there were some recording errors in some of the video or the footage that I got for some decks. So there'll be like an extra black bar in some of the lists, and I'm just like, it is what it is. There's not much I can do about it, you know? Okay, I'm gonna grab this. We're gonna keep the coin because all we really need to do is top deck Ryecleaver here. I also really I know this is like a cool like control card, but it would have been more interesting in my opinion if they maybe made this like discover a spell from your deck. Maybe that would be like too you couldn't print it saying that with a scout and such in rotation. You just get some like OTK deck that would form around it. Never mind. I mean, Scout is rotating soon, so I guess you could theoretically have it, but you can't. I mean, I did say I would love a Ryecleaver top deck. So let's get rid of all this. And then next turn we can use all you can eat. That'll draw 3 minions out of our list. Preferably it won't draw a Sasquatch, but you never know, it might. I'm hoping he hits Scout, a Drake, and Assembly Bot. That's the 3 cards I'm hoping to get here. Okay, that's fun. Or I would take Dread Corsairs too. Okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Part of me almost wants to put that all in a bundle right now. Actually, yeah, we will do that. I was like, maybe we don't put this all in a bundle, but I think like that is just fine enough, right? And then we can use all you can eat next turn. That'll probably hopefully get Sasquatch. If it does, then we'll use the sandwich next turn. And it depends if our opponent slams down a bunch of minions. If they do, then we're good. But if they don't, then okay, so also these are like low HP minions, which is great. Okay, Sasquatch. That is Sasquatch. It's 1 hit. That's 2 hits. And that's game. Wow, that, you know, sometimes, you know. All right, now that we're through the game, so let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So I ended up playing 22 games with the deck, ended up with a 50% win rate, which is not that bad. This is a deck that I didn't expect to do as well. There is one downside about this deck in particular, though. It does struggle if you accidentally draw into your Ryecleaver targets early on in the game before you get the Ryecleaver out. But this deck does center around on trying to get the Ryecleaver out as quickly as humanly possible, and I think this is probably the best Ryecleaver list that we've ever seen, at least in Standard. Overall, if you're looking for something to do with this card before it rotates, this is a great one for y'all to try out, especially if you're a big fan of Deios. This card has made my life so much easier when coming up with new deck ideas. But special thanks to our channel member of Daniel Nascimento, and if you want to help out the channel a little bit more, you can join one of the 3 channel membership tiers. But if you can't afford to do that, you can always leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.